That's a wonderful thing to do. So one person. You may be surprised at the results. Okay, let's talk about step number 3. Traffic generation. So, I hate to have to burst the bubble, but it is a myth that if you build it, they will come. We compare the internet to a big forest, and it's like saying if you build a beautiful store, the Apple store right in the middle of the forest, then people will flock to it, but it just doesn't happen that way. You have to bring them. The nice thing about online is people want to come. You don't need to influence them to. You know, they have intent. They're looking for your services. They're looking for their products. You just got to get in front of them. So, now we start to talk about the actual avenues. SEO. Is everyone sort of clear? Like, does anyone know what SEO stands for?
Search engine optimization.
Search engine optimization. Okay, what is it?
It's pretty much how you can get, like if somebody's searching for a certain term, how you can get to the top of the list so your name comes up closer to the top and that's the first thing you see.
All right. So what's the top of the list? This is why I've got the screenshot here. Top of the list, you sort of think is there, but search engine optimization puts you here. These are the organic results. These are real websites and pages that Google has deemed by their algorithm to be relevant to, in this case, small business banking. And I believe that was TD Canada Trust. That's ranked there organically, good SEO. You're not going to pay for that click. So you might think, oh man, you're not top of the list. But these listings here and down here are paid search listings, or what we call PPC, pay per click. These businesses have defined that when someone searches for that term, small business banking, they are willing to pay a certain amount to receive that click. And by many factors, including what they've actually bid to pay, including the relevance of their site, including how many people have already clicked on their ads, determines where they will get to rank there. So there's lots of, this could open up a huge discussion. People say, I don't click on paid ads, I skip right past them, so SEO is the most valuable. Studies show that still between 1 to 2% click on paid ads if they're looking for a service. We've had clients that had 8% click-through on their paid ads because they have very good ads that are relevant to the search, the search term. Some people think, well, this is more expensive because I'm paying for every click and this is free, so I'll pay for this for a while, but once I'm here, then I'm going to turn this off so I can just get the free traffic. Go ahead.
So when I Google search, the top 3 there and the ones aside, I completely ignore them and go to the one below.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm doing that. I just naturally do it. I never really thought about. For some reason, I thought the stuff above on the side was spam. So I just went right to that thing.
Absolutely, and so many people do that because we despise advertising. We don't like being told what to do, and there's a huge disparity between someone who's searching for how to look after my puppy, and they search here and then they see Purina's advertising me to buy their dog food, and I don't want to do that. I just want to find a good site that tells me how to look after my puppy. But then there's someone who's looking for small business banking. They want a reputable service provider and someone who's paid to be there and has a very relevant ad that says, looking for small business banking, we are the trusted provider since 1754. Well, that's exactly what I want. I'm not revolted by that idea. I'm going to click on it. So you have a much higher adoption, acceptance, and click-through rate when it comes to providing services and products for the paid ads. And this is where there's the most interesting thing I find about the two, is people think they work against each other. I got to pay for this one, I'm competing. If I'm ranking here, I'll turn this one off. The major thing that most people neglect to understand is that they work together beautifully. I should have included the graph, but too many graphics isn't good, but there's a really nice slide from Google that shows that they've had third-party research done on what's called click share. Click share means of all the people that search, where do they click? Who gets the share of the clicks? So what they found is, on average, these guys get between 1 to 2% of all the clicks. On average, these guys get, now it's between 18 to 30% of all the clicks. But when you combine the two, in other words, if TD was ranking here and they were ranking here, on average, a company that ranks in both gets more than twice the sum of the two factors. You have increased trust, you have increased visibility, you've seen in two places. Just inherently, you're going to be clicked on more than you should be. Another opportunity is contextual advertising. So, took for example here, someone's on Forbes, you're reading, and you've got Harvard Business School advertising to you because they've identified you as someone relevant. You're reading the type of information that is what their audience would be reading. Therefore, we'll get ourselves in front of your eyes and hopefully drive you through to our site. It's less qualified in that I'm not necessarily looking for Harvard Business School at this point, but it is still very influential because I'm of that mindset. And that traffic from those ads can convert at a very high rate if done meticulously. If you very narrowly pick your audiences, it can be very valuable traffic. Any questions on either of these?
Yes, could we go back to the PPC and the SEO working together for a second?
Yes.
I've been on, like, using the pay-per-click. I didn't realize that's what it was called at the time. But when you pay per click, there's so many different options of what to use, what keywords to put in, your target audience.
Yeah.
Like, what is the best way to build a strategy to decide what you're going to be paying for?
Good point. The best strategy is, and that's a very, very common question, because AdWords seems so very easy to use, right? Sign up, put in your credit card information, tell us the keywords, and go. But the best strategy is to not cast a wide net, is to be very, very, very focused. For that, I can relate an experience. We did some work for a large bank that they wanted to run a campaign for RRSPs. So they did a campaign the previous year, dedicated X number of dollars, and cast a wide net. Said people who are looking for RRSPs are interested in retirement, savings, saving for retirement, RRSP advice, like basically anything that's related. I think they had sort of the mindset of like old school advertising. They're on a bus, therefore they're interested in